Hey everyone, it's me, Steven. If you're subscribed to my channel, you may have noticed that I just uploaded a whole bunch of videos at once. And you may have also noticed that those videos are in German. Well, at the end of January, my favorite band, Oomph, just came out with a new album called Ritual. Now there's a pretty good chance that excuse me. There's a pretty good chance that if you're not in continental Europe, that you haven't ever even heard of Oomph. Well, as I said, they are my favorite band, so I wanted to kind of give a brief overview of the band's history, partially because I'm hoping to help increase their popularity here in the States, if even by a little bit. Oomph consists of three studio members: Dero Goy, Robert Flux, and The Crap. And those are all stage names. Their first album was back in '89. It was basically EDM with harsh vocals, and seeing as they are from Germany, the lyrics were a combination of German and English lyrics. Their second album, Sperm, came out a couple years later, and it basically created the genre known as Neue Deutsche Härte, which is German for New German Hardness. This is usually abbreviated to NDH for short. It was actually this album which inspired Rammstein to come out with Herzeleid a couple years later. The next three albums are in order: Defekt, Wunschkind, and Unglein. In English, that's Broken, Wish Child, and Unholy. These three albums were very raw, very dirty, very industrial. Lyrically, they were also somewhat controversial and very disturbing. They are sometimes referred to as the Unholy Trilogy of the Oomph catalog. The next two albums after that, I forget what order they're in, but they are Plastic and Ego, and they toned down the industrial element a lot and went in a more proggy direction. The next three albums after that were Wahrheit oder Pflicht, Glaube, Liebe, Tod, and Monster. In English, that's Truth or Dare, Believe, Love, Death, and Monster, respectively. Musically, these three albums were basically nu metal, and starting with Wahrheit oder Pflicht, all of their lyrics from then on have been in German. Their next album was Des Wahnsinns Fette Beute, which is German for the Fat Booty of Madness. And as the name implies, this album was really weird, really honestly, it was just silly. If you're a fan of Oomph, it's either your least favorite or your favorite album. The next album after that was XXV, or the Roman numeral for 25. This album went in a much more heavy metal direction, and it actually made way for the new album that just came out, Ritual. So what do I think of Ritual? I think it's a really good album. It combines the past album with the heavy metal aspects with a lot of the really dark and raw elements from before. There are moments that are really like harsh, raw, dark, abrasive, and at the same time there are moments that are very melodic and very beautiful. Lyrically, it deals with a range of topics from abuse to some socio-political issues to religion and all sorts of topics, war, shit like that. My personal favorite tracks are in order of which they appear on the album. Schlimme Kinder, which is German for trash children. Europa, which is German for Europe. And I should take this moment to note that Europa actually features, I think his name is Chris Harms from Lord of the Lost. After that is Das Schweigen Dilemma. It's a really beautiful song. Most reviewers have mentioned it who've actually reviewed the album, and they all say they all agree that it's actually one of the most beautiful songs on the album. It's not exactly a ballad, but it's about as close to a ballad as it gets on this album. Der Schweigen Dilemma is actually German for the Silence of the Lamb. Up next, there is Terrific and Hitler. That's not German for anything. That's the chorus of the song is Terror, Ficken, Hitler. So what they did was they took the chorus and took out the vowels. So TRR FCKN HTLR and put that as the song's title. And then there's Phoenix aus der Asche, which is German for Phoenix out of the Ash. Another really beautiful song. And finally, Seine Seele, which is his soul. It's the softest song on the album, but it's really beautiful, and the story in the song is something else. As for the songs on the album that I don't particularly like, there is Kein Liebeslied, which musically it's a pretty good song. Really harsh, really loud, very in your face. Vocals are very loud and aggressive, but lyrically it's very repetitive, and that gets under my skin. And then there's what's it called? Lass die Beute frei, which means release the loot or release the prey. I don't like this song because honestly it doesn't even belong on the album. It belongs on the album that I mentioned earlier, This Wahnsinns Fette Beute. Like if you listen to the previous songs on Ritual and then you get to that song, it doesn't belong on the album at all. So overall, I really like the album. I'm really hoping that after hearing this review, after hearing the overview of the band's history, that I may inspire some people to check them out, because they've never been to the U.S. before live. It wasn't until recently that they actually started selling to the U.S. And honestly, I just really want to see them live one day, but I don't want to go across seas to see them. So maybe this video and the videos that I'm putting out for the new album will inspire people to get into them. But until next time, I don't know where the next time will be. It really just kind of depends on how this video and other videos do, how the likes, subscribes, views goes. I've been thinking about getting back into the YouTube game lately, but it really all just depends on how these videos go. So like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if if you've heard the album, you like it. If you're interested in checking out the album, what you think of the review, what you think of, if you're familiar with the history of Oomph, leave a comment of, how well I did explaining the history, and if there's anything I left out, feel free to just leave a comment down below. So until next time, this is Underfan15. Have a good day.